Welcome to Week 1, Lesson 4. At this point, you should have all of your assignments submitted for the week, so if you've done that, congratulations. If not, just make sure as we're moving forward that you submit things in a little bit more timely fashion as we move forward in the course. We're going to go through a couple different things. At this point, most of the work is done, and so the goals for our Friday are typically going to be a quick assessment over your vocabulary, and then some reflection and revision of assignments that need some additional assistance. So, today's goals, the first thing you're going to do is finish up with your vocabulary mastery check for Unit 1A. Again, most of you guys are probably already finished with this, but let's take a quick look at what this should look like to make sure that it's completely done. So if you are in vocabulary.com and your account should look like that, you're going to basically see these three lines up here, or you might see a screen like this. Okay, your goal is to make sure you've completely mastered the terms for this week. So if I scroll down here into the assignments and the activity progress, I should see a yellow check mark next to this, which is telling me that it's mastered. Okay, the other spot that you can look at for that, if you go in here and go into your class and your assignments, you should see here under assignments that are completed that this week's vocabulary is there. So here's Sadler Oxford Level E1A. There's a yellow check mark that tells me all of those terms have been completed. So if you've got that finished up, you're just going to go into Connexus and you're just going to mark that as complete by just going into the Dropbox and telling me that the assignment is finished. I don't need a screenshot or anything else. I can check it on vocab.com. Just go into that assignment that says Vocabulary Mastery Check 1A and mark that as done by going into the Dropbox and typing assignment complete or please check my work or something like that. Once you finish with your mastery check, it's time for the vocabulary assessment. This is going to be a 25-question quiz over your terms. You will have 2 chances to take it. So if you take it the first time and do poorly, you get 1 retry, and then whatever the highest score is will stand. So make sure that you study before you begin the assessment. You cannot use anything on the assessment. So no Google, no phone, no flashcards. This is a test of your knowledge, so it should just be you taking the assessment based upon what you know. Once you finish with that, we're going to go back and take a look at the article of the week. There might be some questions that you need to revise, and you should have seen some feedback on that assignment earlier in the week from me. And there'll also be a quick reflection in the form of a soapstone sheet. So let's take a look at what that process looks like now. So you need to make some revisions to and corrections to your Actively Learn article. When you come in Actively Learn and you're in our course, you should see the article here. It says to improve digital well-being, put your phone down and talk to people. And what you're seeing here are the number of questions you need to revise. Okay, so for this particular student, there's only 1 question that needs revision. If you missed other questions, you'll see that they've all been reset, so you can go back and take another look at that. So when I click on this and I scroll through, the questions that I need to make revisions to should be in black. Okay, I should be able to go through and re-answer those. You should see feedback from me telling you what to revise if it's an open-ended question. If it's not an open-ended question, you just have another chance to answer it. So here's my comment here. It says, interesting idea here. Explain the research and experience that supports your response. So I need to kind of expand this a little bit, and then I would hit the submit button when I had completed that. And that tells me that you need me to rescore that. Okay, so that would be the portion of that assignment where you're making revisions to your Actively Learn. The other part of the assignment is completing a quick soapstone reflection. So you're going to start by clicking on the link that's showing up right now to load your soapstone sheet. You will make a copy of the document, so it will look like this. And when you click on Make a Copy, that'll make a copy for you. So once your copy is created, this is what the document will look like. You're going to put the article title and author in here. And again, you can find those here in Actively Learn. If I scroll all the way to the top, there should be some information here at the top. I can click on this. It'll usually take me right to the original article. There's the information there. And the author's name is right over here as well. If you want to copy and paste that one, looks like it's kind of difficult to spell. That would go right here. And then you're filling out these boxes as you reflect. And most of you should be familiar with the soapstone process from last year. If not, I can certainly kind of go over that with you. You're just answering the questions that are here, making sure you answer all the questions that are there. This is our first one, so I'll just give you feedback on this one and see how you did. If there's things that need to be revised, we'll kind of go over that together next week. Okay, so make sure you answer each question in your soapstone sheet. And then this document, you'll make sure that you share it with me, which by putting my email address in here. And that way I know that it's ready to score. And the last thing that you're going to do is just copy and paste this link and put that into Connexus where it says Article of the Week, Reflection and Revision. And that's how I'll know that that assignment is complete. The last thing we're going to go through and take a look at here is the source evaluation essay revision. So you should have submitted this at the end of the day 1, the lesson 3. Lesson 3, day 3. If you haven't submitted it yet, or if you submitted it late, you may not see any feedback there from me. Maybe check back a little bit later. But you should see, if you submitted it on time, some feedback, and the rubric should be scored. If you don't have a proficient score on both elements of the rubric, you need to make adjustments based upon the feedback that was left and resubmit that assignment. You're just going to resubmit it in the same spot in the assignment that says source evaluation essay. Try to get those revisions to me as soon as possible, but you do need to finish them within the 7-day window if you don't get them done today. And then our last thing that we'll do each week is a quick reflection over our learning. So this assignment will be submitted into the Dropbox on this assignment that you're currently watching. So you should see a Dropbox button on the top, in the bottom right-hand corner. You're going to open that Dropbox and you're going to answer the following 3 questions to show us that you've finished up the week and can reflect on your learning. Okay, question number 1. What grade would you give yourself this week based upon only your effort? Okay, so the amount of time and energy you put into the course. Why? Okay, so explain that to me. Justify the score that you're giving yourself and tell me, being honest, if you did well or did poorly on that. Okay, question number 2. What grade would you give yourself this week based only on your learning and why? So it's possible that we can put a lot of effort in and not learn a whole lot. It's possible that we can learn a whole lot without putting in a bunch of effort. So trying to separate those 2 things out here and talk about why that might be. And the final thing I'm asking you to do is tell me one thing that you learned this week, and that should be the end of your reflection. Do make sure that you put this in complete sentences. Do make sure that you justify your response and support it with specific details from the work that you've done this week. And as always, if you have any questions, please let me know.